I don't think... Oh, I have a lot of points. Never mind. I was like, I don't think I have in much points. What is this? So that increases the time limit to it in each phrase, effective during all parts of the class trial. This seems really good. Try to look at the most expensive ones. The focus gauge drains slower while concentrating during fever time, effective during all parts of the class trial. Slowly recovers the influence gauge while concentrating and during fever time, effective during all parts of the class trial. Ooh. I like both of these. Oh, I have no muns. Never mind, I don't want it. Slows the speed of the reticle, effective during non-stop debate. Increases the speed of the reticle, effective during non-stop debate. I don't think I can really add anything. Like, I could put that over there. Have anything down here? What's this? Tension gauge will increase at a faster rate, effective during... Tension gauge will increase. I'm trying to remember what the tension gauge was. Purchase full... I don't... Oh, wait, I don't want to purchase it. I don't know... I thought I had it. Removes a time penalty for breaking a non-erasable piece, effective during an animation. Makes it easier to push the opponent back during blade lock, effective during... I kind of like that. Set that. I have no more months. That's it. That's all I get. That's it. It's fine. We got this. I know the way I talk can be hard to understand sometimes, but damn!
Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the
trial. I know it's hard. I know I could, my, what do you call it? Words are hard and I don't speak correctly sometimes, but damn!
During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is, and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy. Also, refusing to vote will result in your death. So you better vote.
Why do I feel like there's gonna be at least, because he keeps referencing that, why do I feel like there's gonna be at least one chapter or one trial where somebody refuses to vote because they care about that person so much they don't vote for him, and then they die with that person because they didn't vote?
Now, smiles everyone! It's showtime! Let's get this crazy awesome trial underway!
Sorry everyone. I don't think I'm gonna be much help this time.
Yeah, Kato. Slacker.
Because of Monokuma's disruptions, I couldn't do a thorough investigation.
I can tell Monokuma is overcompensating to hide his self-consciousness.
Next time, spend less time fixing your hair and more time investigating, Spaceman!
Listen, this hair doesn't do itself. Listen, beautiful.
Shut up! I don't need to hear some comedy act from you two weirdos.
Who did it?
Oh, because she's mad. She's mad. I've actually never seen her make that well, she's made it once before.
Who killed Angie and Tenko?
Because that's two people she really cares about. Actually, now that I think about it, she really cared about Tenko, but she also cared about Angie because she started to, like, open up to Angie with the whole Tua thing.
Do not let your emotions hasten your judgment. There may be two killers.
So, our other culprit might not be one of us here.
Oh, that's true. So she's making it sound like, so Tenko killed Angie and then somebody killed Tenko. Why does Miku care? Because I think Himiku had a crush on Tenko. I think they were crushing on each other. Like, they saw each other as more than friends, but they didn't want to ruin their friendship by coming out with it.
Hmm?
She was brushing her off the entire time. I think it's just because she only, was upset because Tenko took an issue with Angie. I think that's the only reason she brushed her off, because Tenko emotionally supported. Exactly.
The transfer student.
Ooh. Himiku's too depressed and closed. Yeah, she doesn't show her emotions very well.
Maybe our resurrected transfer student dragged Angie and Tenko into the grave.
There's a zombie in the school.
Stop it! Stop making stuff up!
And now Kato's gonna be even more useless in this trial. I ship Goomba and Angie for some reason. I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, I guess, kind of, but I don't see it.
Say something, Shuichi. It'll be a mess if this keeps going on.
Is it even possible for a revived corpse to be the culprit? Well, in the interest of being thorough, I should clear things up here. Oh my god, are we really debating on if a corpse killed somebody? Forehead injury, effigies hung upside down.
This crime was committed by the recently deceased.
I feel it has to do with the effigies.
They came back to life and killed two of our
So, ritual did work?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Who was resurrected, I wonder?
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back. Yes. Rantaro was resurrected. The culprit is the late Rantaro Amami!
Please, stop it!
Poor Kano! This isn't about believing in reviving the dead. I have to focus on their statements. Were all these statements correct? No, they weren't.
Who was resurrected, I wonder?
Huh, wait a minute.
Angie did say she was gonna bring Rantaro back. Yes.
Oh, because the Necronomicon wasn't burned. Because the Necronomicon needed to be burned to resurrect somebody. So the Necronomicon is the evidence I need to put. I was trying to think, I'm like, what evidence would work? But it has to be the Necronomicon because the Necronomicon needed to be burned and the ashes sprinkled on the effigy for it to work.
This crime was committed by the recently deceased.
Put it on.
They came back to life and killed 2 of them.
Get out of here. I love zombies.
No! So, ritual...
No. There we go. Got it.
That's wrong!
I had to think a little bit on that one.
I don't think Angie's ritual succeeded. According to the Necronomicon Monokuma showed us, you have to burn the Necronomicon in the ritual.
And look, here's the book right here. Unless it rose from the ashes like a phoenix. After preparing the effigy, burn this Necronomicon to ashes. Use caution, be mindful of carbon monoxide poisoning. Sprinkle the ashes on the effigy and repeat the name of the deceased 3 times.
If Angie's ritual had succeeded, the book would have been gone.
So she must have been killed before the ritual was complete, since the book was still intact.
Then, going to think Rantaro probably not culprit.
Wait, were the 4 bodies hung in corners because somebody was trying to do the seance? You know, remember the seance? They said 4 people have to be put in corners. Did they try to do the seance with the wax figures and then put each, and then like Angie was the medium, and then each effigy was one of the 4 people in the corner? Did she try to do the seance by herself?
Oh, I guess you're right.
Well, duh. There's no way a dead person could resurrect.
Angie was doing the ritual from the Necronomicon. I get that, but it's like, why was the bodies hung upside down? Because remember, that was important.
Now hold on a second. I can't let that comment stand. Sure, everybody knows that you can't bring the dead back to life. But it's easy at the Ultimate Academy, as long as you use the Necronomicon.
It started to make me think, because again, we've seen Akamatsu in like the helmet. It makes me think that they're in like some sort of alternate reality again, some sort of simulation again. That's why they would be able to bring somebody back to life, because technically they're not really dead. They're only dead in the virtual world, not in the real world.
What are you talking about? There's no way that's possible.
But it's true. I never lie about
Sure about that?
motive.
You sure about that, Monokuma?
Daddy said so he can't be wrong. Raising the dead is totally possible.
Man, I can't believe you guys wasted such a perfectly good motive. You should have let me use it to bring Monodum back to life.
Monodum is still alive.
I was like, wait, Monodam's still alive though. Do you mean like Monosuke?
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't waste a resurrection on Monodum's corpse.
Why do I feel like Monotaro's gonna be the next Monocub to die? I feel like Monodan's gonna take it out of Monotaro. Yeah, he getting the gears are turning. Yes, I believe Better was the one that gifted it to
So
you.
resurrecting the dead was actually possible this whole time?
There's no way it's possible.
There's no way that could happen, idiots. Monokuma is trying to confuse us.
I don't know, there's some weird things that can happen. What is going on with Angie's portrait? Somebody drew a halo and wait, really? She doesn't need more of a god complex, really?
Let's hurry up and find out who the Blackened is.
If our transfer student isn't the culprit, then blame falls to one of us.
Who? Who did it? Step aside, Half Pint. I'll handle this.
Listen, Mew.
I don't know about Tenko, but I'm pretty fucking sure Kyo murdered Angie.
Oh, so we're gonna point out Cork first. Get Cork out of the way.
Why?
Don't play dumb with me, creep show. I already know what happened.
So we're getting Cork out, so it can't be Cork because we wouldn't accuse. Once you accuse somebody, they usually aren't the
culprit
person.
used a katana to kill Angie.
Yes.
And it was found in Kiyo's research lab.
Yeah.
Which makes you, Kiyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
Yes.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon. You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kiyo.
That's not true.
I did not care about some katana.
Did not care about some.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, broke in, and murdered the fuck out of Angie.
Wait, broke in.
Booyah! I'm a fucking genius!
I feel like the broken part is the part I need. Is Cork really the culprit? Does the story fit the facts of the case? We should think about it from the beginning.
The culprit used a katana to kill Angie.
I feel like it's. I don't think Cork could pick a lock. I feel like it has to do with the broken part. I like how they sound like chickbucks.
Care about some katana.
I feel like that's
Just
a lie.
admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom.
No? Cork had a key, not Angie, still wouldn't have let him into the lab. And there would have been pinned on her. Oh, so you. Okay, fine. So.
The culprit used a katana to kill.
Hold on a second. What was her account again? Angie had locked herself in the Ultimate Artist Lab yesterday working on the ritual. She would not have unlocked the door unless someone from the student council asked her. The student council members were... So the room was locked. We know that. No, Mew, you're not a genius. You're a loser. Damn.
Angie. And it was found in Kiyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kiyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you see.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon.
I don't think it's a katana
You
either.
were the only one who cared about that thing, Kiyo.
I did not care about katana.
No, it's not that. Can I see? I thought he did care about the katana.
Damn it!
The culprit used a katana to kill
What did she
Angie.
say in the first thing?
And
Or
it
what
was
is he- I think-
found in Kiyo's research lab.
Oh, I think I have to agree with her. Oh, it's
Which
too
makes
late.
you, Kiyo, automatically
It's
suspicious.
just gone. It's
But
fine.
anyone could have.
Well, I'm, are we talking about like it's gone? Well, are we talking about like breaking in, like busting down the door? Or are we talking like breaking in, like unlocking the door? Cause I thought she meant like breaking in, like unlocking it. Oh, we're talking about breaking. Oh, then
The
that
culprit
is the
used
word.
a katana to kill Angie. And it was found in Kiyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kiyo, automatically suspicious. But anyone could have taken that katana, you see. So the rusty katana was the murder weapon.
I thought we were talking about like just unlocking the door.
Care about some katana.
Just admit it, you shit-eating worm. You went to the classroom, broke in,
Oh wait! Oh my God! Oh my!
and
Oh,
murdered
yo.
the fuck out of Angie.
Listen.
Care.
You went to the classroom, in,
It's not. It's not it.
kill Angie.
I don't think it's a katana. Back
And it was found in Kiyo's research lab. Which makes you, Kiyo, automatically suspicious.
But anyone could have taken that katana, you
Wait,
see.
hold on.
So that rusty katana was the murder weapon.
Hold on.
You were the only one who cared about that thing, Kiyo.
I did not care about some.
I don't think it has to do with his two statements. It has
Just
to do
admit
with
it, you shit-eating
it has to do with
worm.
her breaking in.
You went to the classroom.
There we go.
That's wrong! No, Kiyo would not have been able to enter Angie's lab.
Finally, listen. Well, that doesn't make sense though, because Shiragane's report was that Angie wouldn't open the door unless they were part of the student council. So, but Cork wasn't a part of the student council. Because again, I'm talking about breaking in. Oh, that's so weird. That's a weird one. Because talking about breaking in, that's so weird. You didn't know that. That's true. Oh, that's true. That's a weird counter to breaking in though.
Isn't that right, Tsumugi?
Yeah. Before Angie locked herself up in her research lab...
I guess that's true, and she assumed. So because she didn't think about that, like, the student council could technically get in the room, but if not, I don't see, yeah, like you said, she doesn't know that she could technically, Angie locks the doors so that nobody can get out other than the council members. Because they knock and they're like, hello, let me in. Housekeeping.
She said she wasn't going to open up for anyone but student council members.
And Kyo is not a member. She wouldn't have opened the door for him.
Exactly. So I
Kyo
guess that makes
couldn't have
sense.
killed Angie even if he wanted to.
I had no desire to kill her in the first place.
Yeah, Quark seems too obvious. Housekeeping.
So whoever killed Angie must have been one of the student council members, yeah?
That leaves 5 people, right?
I was doing a bit to lead you to the right answer. Can't believe you actually got it.
Thanks, Mew. Thank you for all your support.
Oh, how clever.
Goomba, press shh. Just shh, 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 Goomba.
You can just ignore her, Gonta.
The remaining student council members are Gonta, Kibo, Sumugi, and Himiko.
So, I don't think it's Kiba. I don't think it's Kebab. I don't think it's Goomba. And I don't think it's Jirigane. The only one that's left is Himiku. Just shh. It's like shh.
Well, it can't be Himiko. She was besties with Angie.
I don't know. Maybe she took out Angie because Angie pissed off Tenko. Because she's very protective of Tenko.
I trust their friendship. You guys do too, right?
From Durgan being super quiet, I assume he gets the killer, right? I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, of course.
Can we trust their friendship so readily?
Obviously. Let's believe in them.
The power of friendship.
That trims our list of suspects down to 3. Gonta, Sumugi, and Kibo.
Yep. The culprit is one of those 3 people.
Yeah, I tend to give a lot of characters nicknames. It helps me, like, remember their names.
You mean one of those 2 people? Because a robot ain't people, Jack.
Wow, I take that offensively.
I will let that remark slide. Anyway,
never know.
aren't these accusations just a tad too hasty?
What else? The culprit should confess already. Gonta, Keyboy, or Sumugi? Well...
they're gonna come out and just say that they killed Mew. He's off the keyboard. Oh, that's right. He let it slide. Just let it slide. Robophobic, yeah, just a little aggressive. They're a little... Poor Kebab. I feel so sorry for Kebab sometimes.
No, not Gonta. Gonta would never kill Angie.
It's not Goomba.
Yeah, Gonta's a gentleman. You shouldn't suspect either of us.
Hey, stick up for me too.
You're fine, Kebab. Just stay in the court.
Gonta definitely not hurt anyone. Torture Gonta if you don't believe.
Torture might be a bit too far, but Gonta and I
it's
aren't
gonna be
the
one of the panic debates.
And I'm not the culprit either. Jeez.
Gonta
I'm not the culprit.
Not the culprit.
Yep. Shirogane is leaving out keyboard. This poor robot. This happened in almost every game. Hey, why killed them? Come on, spit it. Exactly. Like, come on, killer, say something. It's like, why would the killer come out and say?
You must consider other possibilities.
So front door, back door. Left,
Surely there must be suspects outside the student council.
Student council.
Oh crap!
That's utterly impossible.
A dead chick can't be the culprit.
Jesus.
Only student council members had access.
Only student council members out too late.
I didn't know robots told such boring lies.
But it's definitely not me.
Is that a robophobic remark?
Thanks, Kebab, for your interjection there. There are several suspicious statements, but one is obviously inconsistent. Listen carefully, sort of statements in the group. I think it has to
You must consider other possibilities.
Oh, because Kokichi can unlock the door.
Surely there must be suspects outside the student council.
Kuma, shh.
That's utterly impossible.
Is that a robophobic remark? Exactly.
A dead chick
Not
can't
just
be the
anyone can open
culprit.
the door.
Not just anyone can open the door.
Only student council members.
Kokichi just threw himself under the bus, kind of. Kokichi, do you want to tell us about your secret skill?
No, it wasn't just student council members that could have opened that lab door.
Remark that was a very important. I was like, really, Kebab, this is not the time.
What was it you said earlier about Kyo opening the door, Shuichi? Unless you're a student council member, you can't enter Angie's lab, right?
I was referring to Kyo. He couldn't have done it. But you could have. Because I saw you open the classroom lock by picking it.
Exactly. He kind of made himself look suspicious by making that comment. Coochie pulled out some thin needles and stuck them into the keyhole of the lock. There, open sesame!
Oh, that happened? I totally forgot.
I just slipped my mind. Oopsie, sorry.
So you're going to pretend you don't remember, huh?
Quit glaring at me like that. Of course I remember.
Of course I remember. Gosh, stop it.
Yeah, I did it.
It's just, I did the murder, sorry. It was an accident. I didn't mean to. It just slipped and fell and stabbed her.
I killed Angie.
I don't think he did. He wouldn't be up front like that.
Wait, what? What did you just say?
I picked the lock to her lab, snuck into the room, and then wham! Killed Angie.
He's a notorious liar. We know he's lying.
The culprit was me, all along.
She slipped and fell on the knife on accident. She did it to herself. Damn. Damn. They need to put a wet floor sign out. How could they not?
What?
I'm gonna sue the school. Shame on
What are you saying? Is this some kind of joke?
Let's trust him. He never lied before. He's been so trustworthy. Angie killed herself. I mean, it could have been an accident.
Joke. I thought that if I confessed, I could atone for my sins.
I wonder if that would be actually a really interesting chapter if, like, there was an accidental kill. Like, where somebody, like, slipped and fell and killed themselves, and then we had to do a whole trial to solve that, like, they accidentally killed themselves.
And it helped. I feel so much better. Whew!
I'm suspicious of him. Leon killed by accident.
Wait, so Kokichi really is culprit?
That is a little different. Self-defense is not by accident, like...
No, he's lying. I think. Maybe?
Because now they're doubting themselves. Choco killed by accident.
He's lying. I'm certain of it.
No, definitely not a lie. I killed Angie.
Why is Himiku, like, sweating, like, profusely? Look at her face. She actually never killed anyone. Well, didn't she technically kill her sister?
Shouldn't you guys believe the culprit when they confess?
Then let me ask you, culprit. How did you lock the room?
Mika killed by accident? I don't think Mika killed by accident. Mika was pretty aggressive. The spirit, really? Is that how we're doing it? Like, I didn't kill him, the gun killed him. It wasn't me. Monokuma killed by accident. She also killed his BF. She also killed his BF. I'm trying to remember. Or her BF. Oh, that's right, she killed the boyfriend. That's right, I remember that. I was gonna say her BF or whatever. So technically, with self-defense, she hit Monokuma. It's technically really, she killed her. I know, I remember now. That was in the anime. Didn't they reference that in the anime?
Huh? Well, it's the same as opening it. You pick the door closed from the outside.
No, that doesn't make sense.
How does that not make sense? He could technically re-lockpick it, right? To make it locked? So many accidents.
Huh? What doesn't make sense? Can't you lock a door by picking it?
Every murder has been an accident. I mean, they accidentally hung somebody or they accidentally stabbed somebody. It happens, you know. The knife slipped. Just whoopsies. Just happens sometimes. She also killed all culprits and won in second game. I mean, that is true.
Maybe, but that's not how the culprit locked the room. They used a different method.
Wait, what method are we talking about to lock the room?
What different method? Yeah, Mumbles. Use your big boy voice and explain yourself.
Because we know the back door was locked after they touched the katana because the gold was on it. But what is he talking about? The front door was locked differently? Because that would be the only way, unless somebody got the key from Monodan, accidentally strangled someone. You know, it's an accident. My hand just kind of fell. Whoopsie. So is a world of accidents better than a world of both sound very chaotic. No, they just got the death penalty. I accidentally farted a knife into someone's chest. You need to get that checked out with a doctor, Neo.
There were 2 doors to the classroom, and the one locked last was...
The back door?
That's it!
Really? Wait, no.
The back door. That's how they made this a locked room mystery.
So they locked the front door first, and then they locked the back. How do you lock the back door though, without and still be able to get out? Actually, she also killed Chiaki. I mean, that's true. Accidentally sneezed a bullet from my nose. How do you lock the back door? Unless they made like a mechanism that would like swing and lock it. Because again, he said it was easy. Like you just barely tap it and it locks. Maybe that's why they put the katana on Akamatsu's like wax body, so then they could just swing her, and when she would swing back, she would lock it. And blew up Taxus when she appeared in the end. No.
The back door had a sliding
right.
lock, yes? How was it locked from the outside?
That's right, she did the driver, that's right. Miko did it, and the teacher.
The culprit used a certain tool.
Just unlocking the sliding door from the outside. We're gonna talk about it. What are we doing? Oh, we're doing. Oh, not this. Where is it? Where's the katana? Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. That's the sheath. I don't need the sheath. I need the actual sword. Where's the sword at? The sword right here? The sword right here. It's like, I don't need the sheath. I need the sword. It's Minesweeper. The intense Minesweeper. Yeah, there we go.
I see it.
The sickle was one of the answers, really. The sickle, really.
The gold leaf katana that was stabbed into Kaede's effigy. Culprit used that to hit the knob of the sliding lock to lock the door.
So they did use it as like a pendulum system to just smack.
So the gold leaf was in the sliding lock
Because when the katana hit the lock, some of the gold leaf rubbed off on it. The gold leaf on that katana did peel rather easily.
That evidence rings a bell. Specifically, a school bell.
Huh? Are you talking about a different school? What school was it?
So the katana is an Easter egg or a reference to the first game, so I was right.
Now, that doesn't matter anymore. Let's not dwell.
Have I been missing things that kind of reference other games? Other Danganronpa games? Have I been missing stuff like that? Like I know the katana's from the first game. I wonder if there's other Easter eggs in here from like the first, second, and the other game we don't speak of.
Ooh, the gold leaf landed on the sliding lock when the katana touched it. So that means the culprit used the katana to move the sliding lock, right?
Oh, Goomba. Goomba in a heartbeat. That is not even a... Get Kato out of here. Yeet. Goomba in a heartbeat. I've been loving Goomba from the beginning. Like, I'm Goomba in a heartbeat. Kato. Who's even Kato? Who's Kato? Get out of here, Kato. Move aside.
But wait, how did they move it with a katana? And from outside Angie's lab?
I'm talking to a real gentleman, Kato. Move. Get.
The clue that might give us the answer is the layout of the area itself. It was an odd setup after all. The katana stabbed into the effigy. The effigies hung upside down.
Angie didn't do that as part of the ritual?
No. Nowhere in the Necronomicon did it say you had to hang the effigies.
Maybe she did it for extra effect. Fancy.
If it was not part of the ritual, then it must have been for a different purpose, right?
A different purpose? What could that have been? The culprit somehow used the setup to lock the room. Imagine if you actually invested. Imagine if some of the students actually were helpful. The case would be solved fast. So you would choose Tarzan over a Space Boy. I love your choice. Of course. I mean, I love Tarzan too, so I mean, easy choice. The culprit somehow used the setup to lock the room. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of that setup. She just needed to read the book. I mean, exactly. She needed to read the book, burn it, and that's all that. We read it earlier. True. Like Miu, should have been if Miu was paying attention, she read that she would have known that all you needed to do was read the book, burn it, and then sprinkle it sprinkle. And that's how you do it. That's how you apparently revive somebody. She was helpful in trial 1, and not for her, we would have not found it. Oh, that's true, because with the whole cameras, that's right. In that case, I need to know the reason behind every step of the setup. If I do that, the way the culprit locked the room should be clear. Are we running over people? We're running over people. Ah, yes. Hey, did you ever play Doki Doki? No, I will probably play it at some point. I have not played it yet. But I want to play it on stream at some point. I have cheesecake. Ooh, what kind of cheesecake though? Raspberry cheesecake is probably my favorite. I feel like I'm playing Crazy Taxi. I think that's what that game was called, that old game. What? What turned the handle of the sliding door? The katana, right? Oh, I missed. Yeah, I'm planning to play Doki Doki on stream at some point. Thinking time. Time to run over some people. MG's hand, the katana helped. Get in my taxi! Yes! You better leave me a good review on Uber. Stuffy, I love this emote. It is very cute. It is very adorable. And it fits you very well. At least I don't have to worry about picking up certain letters. I just literally, it's literally Mario Kart. I hit a glowing box. Just take it. Those things easy. Doesn't seem very safe. Not very safe driving, but who needs to be safe? Just take up all the lanes wide. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. Didn't mean to hit the magical killing air, apparently. The air is dangerous. Hit a whoosh. What was that to make the katana turn the lock? Oh my god! Gabe, let me have control of the car, please. The swinging the body? Katana was stabbed into an empty sliding lock was tampered with. No. Get in my car! All the ladies. All the ladies. Yes. They're just so crazy about my car, they just jump in. Oh my god, that's a lot of letters. I just like the sound. So we get all the ladies. Watch out, Durgan. I've been picking up some hot chicks. I'm dangerous now. Oh. Hold on. I'll read that in a second. Oh no! Oh my god! I almost killed a man. Oh, you piece of crap. Car, get out of my way. Come on. Oh my god. Oh, thank you. In the US, you drive on the right side of the road. In the UK, you drive on the left. And that road, but the road is yours. The road is road. How was FG manipulated to make the katana affect the lock swung? I'm gonna say swing swung? Swung, swing, swung. Swinging it back and forth, making it fall, spinning it. Ooh. Swing swung? Oh, I killed a person! Oh, I'm so sorry, Sharon. Cheryl's time to get in the car. Don't worry about Sharon. She's fine. Sharon's perfectly fine. Oh, no. Mama! Ooh. Just kill a man. You're the culprit. I'm the black kid. Oh my god. I didn't expect it. I was like, oh.
That's it. The reason the culprit stuck the katana into the effigy was so that it would hit the sliding lock as the effigy spun.
Effigy spun?
That's right. If you spun the effigy, the rope it was hanging from would twist.
I spin my friend back and forth. I spin my friend back and forth. Roll times Kato.
If you let it go, the rope would unwind and the effigy would spin the other way.
Are you saying like are you shipping Maki and Kato together? I don't know. I think Kato's I don't think Kato's Maki's type. Honestly, that is a crazy genius. It is a little bit. I would think swinging would be easier, but I guess you need the momentum of it smacking it from the spin. I spin my dead friend back and forth.
And of course, the katana would spin with it.
Oh my goodness.
I see. So the culprit used the katana's counterspin to push the lock into place?
If the killer did not know Auntie made life-size sculptures, then they must have invented that on the spot. That is very, very creative. Like some of these is very like outside the box. Like it is almost like, you know how some people watch a lot of those like murder mysteries. Like I forget what they're called, like Detective Files or whatever. It's like watching this game gives you way too many ideas of like how to get away with murder. I will just strap up a wax figurine and spin it. It's just like. Very creative. No, because swinging it isn't necessary. I mean, I guess
the culprit simply needed to spin the effigy's rope and then swiftly leave. This would cause the spinning katana to hit the sliding lock.
Oh, I guess because if you swung it, you wouldn't know which direction it's going. It could go like all over the place and miss the lock. And then there's you know, stabbing a snake in the back.
And thus was the back door of an empty classroom locked from the inside.
Yes, that's how Angie's lab was locked. By using the effigy with the katana.
A plan born from the heart of a sword traveling through the air to intercept us.
Why you drooling? Ma'am?
But could it have moved the slide lock so easily?
The sliding lock was pretty loose. A little push could move it. As long as the spinning katana hit the lock, it would have slid into position.
Even if the culprit failed the first couple times, they could keep trying until it locked.
Oh, that's true. They could have just stood there and waited till it finally locked.
Which is why the culprit chose to strike at nighttime, as to avoid detection.
Yes, since the student council prohibited anyone from walking around at nighttime.
Are you saying it's the student council's
Yes,
fault?
it's the cult's fault is what we're saying.
I didn't say that.
That's what I'm saying.
In any case, the culprit probably used the murder weapon for this trick.
Monokid deserved to die, to be honest. But yeah, no, Monokid was a bully. Monokid was a super bully, because I love Monodan. Monodan is precious of the Monokid.
Right length to hit the sliding lock from the effigy.
The culprit couldn't find a blade long enough in my lab, so they settled for the katana.
The other effigies were only hung up so we'd think it was some kind of ceremony. That way, we wouldn't notice the lock trick.
But Kokichi did say earlier that he could have picked the lock closed. I don't want to completely ignore that possibility. But I can't imagine the culprit would have done all this just for a
Actually, now that I think it, wouldn't it be really hard to pick a lock closed? Like, it's easy to pick a lock open, but pick a lock closed is a little different. Monosuke, and that, he was the middle of the ground. Like,
If that's the case, then Kokichi's confession earlier was actually...
Are you surprised it was a lie, really? On pick lock?
Seriously? You fucking lied again?
Are they really that surprised? He lies like every moment he gets.
Cough it up, Kokichi!
Oh, man. You guys got me. Okay, I'm not the culprit.
Okay, I'm not the culprit. Damn.
You're telling the truth this time, right?
Himiko about to slap you?
I want to say I'm lying, but I'm not.
Why did you say you were the culprit?
I get. Did he just want the whole killing game to be over? Because if he did that, the killing game would be over. Because the Blacken would get out.
I wanted to lure the culprit out.
And by almost getting us all killed? Me and Kuchi are exactly alike. We lie a lot. Oh.
If I claim to be the culprit, then the real culprit would agree as well. You get me?
But then we would all agree. That doesn't... The logic isn't... Oh my god. The logic of Kuchi. Oh my god. You Dumbo. Because if he said he was the one who killed, and we all agreed, that proves nothing. That's not a good thing. Oh my god, this man's way of thinking is not great.
And if they pressured me to confess, then that would have looked mighty suspicious. Sheesh. Darn it. It didn't go my way because Shuichi butted in on my plan.
You
you and your fucking lies. Go sit in the corner and play with yourself.
I mean, it'd be more useful than what he's doing now.
Okay, I'll start right now.
Oh, no, never mind. Mew needs to be cut.
All right. So, who's the asshole who set up this locked room mystery?
Mew, I can't hold it up anymore.
Oh my god.
What's the matter? You going soft on me now?
Oh my god, Mew, just stop.
Who made the locked room mystery doesn't matter, since anyone could have done it.
That's true.
Don't you even understand something as basic as that, you filthy cum dumpster?
Oh, crap.
Cum dumpster! Finally! Someone finally called me a cum dumpster!
I don't like that. I don't like that. Does anyone want a popsicle with this drama? I mean, I like popsicles, but...
What should we talk about now?
Yeah, she likes the kink. Yeah, she likes to be, what is the term? She likes to be like, it's not, oh, what is it called? Is it demoralizing? She likes to be demoralized? I don't remember, I think kink shame is just the best way to say it.
We must focus
that's
not on
probably
the
better.
locked room, but on who entered Angie's lab.
But mask is more of like physical. I'm talking about like emotional. Like there's some people who like to be emotionally like put down like that. I think there's a different term for it.
Only one of the student council members or Kokichi could have gained entry. Therefore, the culprit must be among their number.
Yes, thank you, Hot. Degraded. She likes to be degraded. Thank you.
That leaves us with 4 suspects. Tsumugi, Gonta, Kibo, and Kokichi.
Oh, thank you, Neo, for the popsicle. I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Don't forget Himiko. She's also a part of the student council. Doesn't matter if she was besties with Angie, she's still a suspect.
Exactly. You can't just leave her out just because she was besties with somebody.
That contradicts what you said earlier, which I can prove using my recording function.
It's fine. It's just a waste of time.
A suspect? Never kill Angie!
But now she's showing emotion because she very rarely shows emotion, so I believe her, actually.
So, calling all suspects, what should we discuss next? I want to hear everyone's opinion. What would you say to get yourself off the suspect list?
They're gonna start pointing fingers.
Why are you trying to lead the debate? You're a suspect, too.
Because he can still unlock the door.
Silence, outsider! Only the suspect rangers are allowed to speak.
What?
Suspect rangers?
I agree. Those under suspicion should explain themselves thoroughly.
I actually kind of agree with Cork with this. Each suspect should explain why not, or why it can't be them. Magic.
We might catch them with their pants down.
Anyway, I want to ask the suspect rangers.
I don't know why I said that, but I'm just magic.
What should we talk about? What should we say to get ourselves off the suspect list? Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
That's sort of a difficult question.
Oh, because they have to prove alibis, but they have to prove alibis during the night when everybody's sleeping, so it's gonna be hard. Cork pressuring them to confess. I mean, we're gonna probably try to catch somebody in a lie. Somebody's gonna trip up, I'm guessing.
Gonta not smart enough to know answer to that.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response
Wow,
to that
no
question.
one can really say anything?
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
It's not that hard, just give evidence like I was sleeping, I was doing this, it couldn't be me because I could never do this, blah, 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 blah. Why did Tendon have to die? Did they forget about it? Well, because they're trying to prove, because again, the blackened is only who killed Angie. Because Monokuma said if there's 2 blackened, technically the second blackened gets off because they're only trying to solve who killed Angie, not who killed Tenko. So it was like, it like doesn't count, it was weird. You would want to catch someone with their pants down, Mew. Oh my goodness.
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tenko have to die?
Oh? Oh, she's speaking up.
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but...
She's too focused on Tenko, because Tenko was like her best friend, so she can't think of anything else.
Can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie?
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
Coochie, shut up! We don't care. Because again, if we find out who killed Tenko, it doesn't matter. Because we're not trying to figure out who killed Tenko, we're trying to figure out who killed Angie. Because again, the blackened in this case is who killed Angie, not who killed Tenko. Especially if there's 2 killers. I know what my defense would be, but I think none of the students noticed it yet. It was it was if I was a suspect ranger. I care. Rocky's like, I care about Tenko. Tenko does not matter. Oh come on, Himiko, only friend, only. I mean that's true. It is Himiko's only friend. That's quite too harsh. Yeah, no, that's true. But it's like I don't understand why he's going all like he's attacking her for caring about Tenko.
What do you mean?
Unless he's talking about because she's trying to divert the case. So instead of focusing on Angie, she's diverting it to Tenko. So it does make her look suspicious. She didn't treat her as a friend. I think she did. She just didn't show the emotion very well. Himiko break, she lost her friend. I think there are not enough evidence, so yeah.
The two victims could have been killed by two separate murderers, you know.
Or the same, because it was the same MO for both of them.
So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim. We gotta figure out who killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless.
Unless by solving Tenko's case, we also solve Angie's case.
Did you suggest that to waste our time?
It's not meaningless!
Good job, Himiku. Use your words. And slap him. Himiku.
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you!
Punch him. Punch him. I'll look away. It's fine. Go ahead.
Poor Tenko. How could you do this to her? Himiko.
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Lies?
Everything you said is total BS.
Well, though he can, didn't Kuchi say he could sense lies because he's so good with lies? But yeah, I'm glad that Himiko's finally like speaking up for herself. Himiko, let's sure go Himiko. Like again, I know what Himiko's doing, but I get that like focusing on Tenko too much is not the purpose here. They need to focus on Angie because that's the black they need to find. But also like I made the point that like if they find out who killed Tenko, they might find out who killed Angie too.
You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive.
Holy crap, that's not true. She just didn't know how to show her emotions. That's fucked up, Kuchi.
But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
Kokichi, enough!
Somebody need to slap that man's.
No, it's okay. It's no surprise he'd think that. I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now.
He isn't lying. No, but again, like I don't think she purposely ignored her. Like she cared, but she didn't know how to express it.
I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive.
Well, and they were technically friends. It was just this chapter they were kind of like she was ignoring Tenko just because Tenko didn't believe all that Angie was about. But like the last couple chapters, they've been really close. It was just this chapter, like they were kind of at odds because they disagreed on a few things.
Now it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her.
Did you just take Pebbles' popsicle, Rocky?
It's too late.
Yeah, seriously. It's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
Kato, Himiko was having her moment. She doesn't speak up very often, and you just come in and just derail, just like she's finally like coming out of her shell, and then Kato's like, here, let me interrupt you real fast. That it's just Himiko being ungrateful. Maybe. I don't know. Again, like, but again, I can't blame her because she had a big wall up. She doesn't let emotions come out very often. It was me, Mudkip. I was the one who killed Ukata. It was me.
Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
Kaito.
Oh.
Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless.
Everybody's not saying anything.
The name of the curse is Death Curse. I suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
just a little bit. He talking to everyone, even us, pretty much.
Listen up. All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival.
Again, I don't think Tenko's death was meaningless. I'm just saying it's like, I get what the others were saying, that like they shouldn't focus on Tenko too much because then it pulls away from who killed Angie. But at the same time, it might not be two killers. It might just be one person who killed both people. It's just that Tenko knew too much, maybe, and then they had to take Tenko out.
That's just as bad as a hit and run. I won't forgive something so messed up.
Good on you, Kato. At least Kato's supporting her.
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
Yeah, because there's gotta be a reason why kill Tenko if there was already a body discovered. Like, why go through that? Especially if it was the same person who killed 2 people, why kill 2 people if you already had a body? Like, you're gonna graduate anyways with 1 person, why kill 2 people?
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
I don't know, now I'm trying to think that they might be really, like, both murders might be in, because it's the same MO. They were both killed similarly, so I think they are really connected.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever. Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Kato.
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
I hate that Kuchi acts like he's so smart. Like, he's like, geez, finally, that's what I was trying to tell you guys from the start. It's like, really?
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were 2 different culprits yet.
Geez, Stuffy, just listen. Goldfish brain, it takes a little bit, okay?
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
If he is so smart and so good at lying, then why has he not found the... Exactly, right? God, Kuchi, exactly.
Yeah, maybe.
They're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But that was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
So what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Tancrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious.
Tancrotch!
I was gonna say, Himiku's not gonna like that. The people who attended the seance. The people who attended the seance were Cork, Shoes, Miku, Kuchi. That's right. Yes, this one.
That's it!
I had to read it again. Tancrotch.
It was me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
But I don't think it was anybody in the actual seance that killed them. Because again, we already knew that somebody could sneak into the other room and then, like, you know, go in and come out and then go back out and come out of the other room without anybody noticing. I don't think it was anybody in the seance. I actually think we should be looking at the people that are outside of the seance. Unless, again, there was a hole in the floor in Himiku's corner, but I don't think Himiku would hide in, or go into the hole, kill Tenko, and then come back out. And again, I don't think Himiku would kill Tenko in the first place. Get over here.
So those 4 are the culprits!
Yeah, because even if Himiku could technically go in the hole and do all that, I don't think she would kill Tenko.
Oh, Himiko's still culprit?
Well, that's probably just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the 4 is really Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
I mean, true.
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes? If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either.
What does that mean?
I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
They keep pointing at Himiku a lot. Wow! They going after Himiku like hardcore. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle room's always the best for stuff like this. Very well, I shall begin the preparations at once.
Oh, right.
Also, we should not limit our suspects to only those who participated in the seance. The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
So, wait, how would he know about that, though? Himiku, how could you ever win exactly, they keep, like, pointing at her a lot. A point of entry from outside, he must be referring to... How would he know about the floorboards, though? Talking about this? The floorboard under Tenko's very loose. The culprit must have gone under the floor to enter. Tenko was atop them the entire seance. It's unlike the floorboards were used. There was another location that could have entered the... I thought there was... What? That was it? What do you mean? Are we talking about the hole in the corner? thought this was important. The hole?
There!
The hole? Really? I guess so.
You're talking about under the floor, right?
But nobody, but you wouldn't, I get that that's an entry and exit point, but like we already know that she was killed underneath the floorboards, not above, because there would be a hole in tarp, so if you enter through the hole, I'm just saying, but I'm like, it doesn't make sense for this murder though. Especially when we found out that, like, you know, you could get in from the other room, but Cork doesn't know that, so he's going off the information of just a single room.
Huh? Under the floor?
So, right.
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person could move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Who's the other suspect? It's the floor. Well, it's obviously using the floor. Damn you, floorboards. I hate the floor with a passion.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
I swear to God if he says Angie. Because again, we were doing the seance. No, don't do it, Cork. I swear to God. The caged child, the marker stone, the loose floorboard, the hole
The
in the
culprit
corner.
sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
Yes, that's true. If he says it's Angie again, I'm gonna throw it.
During the seance.
Exactly.
How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
I agree with that.
You mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Oh, he thinks it was Kibo.
Now, hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Poor Kebab. I smell
Hold
that.
on a second.
It's true that with a little light you could move around under the floorboards, but is that possible?
The culprit sneaked in during the seance
Hole in the corner, Kibo's
by
flashlight
crawling
function.
under the floor.
Markstone, cave.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor.
Why do I feel like it's a loose floorboard?
You see, our villain had a light.
Yeah, I believe that. That's right.
You mean candle?
I agree with
I
the candle.
mean Kibo's flashlight function.
I don't think it's Kibo's flashlight function.
Now, hold on a second.
Kibo could have used the get under the floor.
Oh, I was gonna say because we would technically see the light from the loose floorboard. Well, no one ever listens to poor Kebab.
Oh no!
The culprit sneaked in
Oh,
during
hold
the
on.
seance
Hole in the corner.
by crawling
Loose
under the floor.
floorboard, marker stone.
But it was pitch black during the seance.
Caged
How could they
child.
even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor.
I'm trying to think.
You see, our villain had a light.
I agree with the villain had a
You
light.
mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
I don't think it's Kibo's flashlight function.
Now, hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
What's with Kibo's light? Wait, what is that evidence? A function that Mio had added to Kyo, or Kebab. He can emit blinding light from his eyes.
Hold on a
Blinding
second.
light. It's true that the little light could be confusing on the floor, but is that possible?
The culprit sneaked in during the
I'm trying to figure out how this thing doesn't maybe how this thing doesn't realize it's shine light. Shine bright light.
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now, hold on a second.
Could it be a different way to
Kibo
use it?
could have used that
Maybe.
function.
No, okay. I was trying something.
Because it wasn't dark. You see,
I might die.
had a light.
Okay, I'm gonna die. Do you have to lie because we were defending Keyboard like we defended Maki in the last trial? Maybe. Oh, are we denying an entire theory? I mean, do we have to lie?
I was wrong.
Yeah, I know I'm dead. I'm dead. I just admit. trying to think. Maybe his light was too bright. That's why I keep thinking it's too bright. Maybe it's the answer. That's what I thought. That's why I was trying to say that like his light's too bright. So that's why I was trying to say like with the loose floorboard we'd be able to see the light, but that didn't work. Remember, Muffin Man couldn't use a stove under the floor in his well, that's what I tried though. Let me try. Let me retry.
We can't let it in.
Cause I use it pretty much with every statement. I didn't use it with the candle though.
The culprit
Can we lie on them?
sneaked
I forget how to lie. Hold on. How do I lie again? Forget how to change to a lie. Oh, I have to hold down Y. I might have to lie.
by crawling under the floor.
The lie about his lights? Oh, I didn't mean to shoot. Oh god, yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to shoot.
You see, our villain had a light.
Yeah, I know that.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Maybe.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor.
Oh, it is a lie.
I always yield the truth.
Good job, Rocky.
Mew, you gave Kibo his flashlight function, correct?
I always forget that there's a lie function in this one. I always forget about that. Because I'm either like trying to like, what do you call it? Like agree with them or counter them. I always forget about the lie function. Mew, you gave Kibo his flashlight function, correct?
Did you not notice?
I didn't notice what.
It's hard to believe that Kibo is the culprit in this case. It's even harder to believe that this trial isn't being manipulated by someone. But yeah, good call, Rocky. That's a good call. I didn't even think about that. So even if I have to lie, I need to defend Kebab. Oh, so he thinks somebody's manipulating from the outside. I wouldn't blame you. Everyone is not used to lie. It throws me off all the time. Because it's also weird, because you kind of have to think about what would be the lie for, like, it's like the, what do you call it? The lie would be the opposite of the information you have, and sometimes it's like hard to think what that would be. If you actually went through lie route, it'd be fun.
The drawback of the flashlight function that you added. It's so bright, even Kibo can't see when it's turned on.
Can he not? Actually, can he not see when it's turned on? Actually, that's a good point. Did we even ask him that? You imagine if there was a lie route and like a not lie route?
I see. That bright, huh? Wait, what? There's no way a genius like me would make that kind of rookie mistake!
But you make mistakes a lot. A whole lot.
There is a lie route? Is there really? I didn't realize there was a lie route. This is totally not the way I thought it would go. It's all opposite, like example, Monokuma file, the opposite of Monokuma. Monokuma's file, interesting. Well, that's interesting. It's hard for me to think that way. Because I'm so used to either countering or like agreeing, so it's hard for me to like think about lying like that. It would unlock another path of the trial. That's interesting. I didn't realize there's different paths. That's really interesting. That's actually a cool way to do it, so then like each playthrough is different. I thought it would be like, it was too bright, we'd sit on the floor and it's like, nope, he's just blind. It's so bright, he just can't see.
Hey! If you're gonna fuck me in front of everyone, at least buy me dinner first!
It's like, I have my power is too great. Unlimited power, too much power, too much power. But I think if you do go through lie route, you would cycle back to the point you lied, not sure. Oh, okay. Oh, is it dinner time? In dinner time?
If he
or
can't
you buying her
it doesn't
dinner
matter
first.
how bright the area is. He couldn't move like that.
Rocky! Oh, here, I bought you dinner.
Kibo couldn't have been underneath the floor.
Is that true, Kibo? Is what Shuichi said true?
Come on, Kebab, please play along. Kebab! Oh, I think you did go through lie route. Did I really? Oh no, also, Kuchi's, a liar, why not we, I mean, that's true. If Kuchi's gonna lie, like, why can't we lie?
Well, I'm so sorry. I just don't remember. Really, I'm sorry.
Kebab, really?
Ah, we get it already! Just turn it off! We're gonna go blind!
You don't remember? What does that even mean?
Well, Shuichi, trying to make a fool out of me, huh? Let me put on some makeup, cause I want to at least look pretty before you decide to fuck me!
I think they're a little upsetty spaghetti.
Shuichi, I'm so sorry.
Damn, that is seriously bright.
Holy let's just all go blind. And apparently if he's blind, we're all going blind.
Wouldn't the light have shined through the gaps of the floorboard if it had been this bright?
Thank you, Maki. FYI, this is Eric Cartman. Is it really? I don't know Eric Cartman very well. Thank you, Maki. I appreciate you being best girl. The hole. Yes, the culprit.
The culprit couldn't have used a light under the floor. Not even Kibo.
Oh, so the hole in the floor was the right answer. Yeah, that was the answer you should have done. The hole. Oh, see, I was using the floorboard because the floorboard was moved, so I thought they would see the light from the floorboard. I didn't think about the hole. Oh no, the mistakes. It still works. We took two different paths, but we got to the same area. But that was funny enough. Round. It was the.
They couldn't have. We were there after all. We would know. There was a hole near the corner of the room we were in, remember? If someone had a light under the floor, it would have leaked through.
But when we did the seance, I'm pretty sure the room was pitch black.
That's right. We didn't see anything, so the culprit couldn't have used a light.
And if it was pitch black, even the slightest light we would have seen.
And just because I have a built-in flashlight function does not mean I am the culprit. I see. That was a flaw in my theory.
Geez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
All right, you made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Why does he keep flashing everybody? Stop it!
The flashlight! It's way too bright!
It's not nice to flash people, Kebab. What a crappy robot. Feels bad, man. Well, but he did talk about that he was like a robot where, like, when he was programmed or made, he learned like a person. So he started off as a baby and he's slowly been learning. So, like, right now he's like, I would say like a 13-year-old. So he's still like learning. He's still processing knowledge. So, like, when he gets older, he'll probably will be really smart and powerful. But right now, he's still learning.
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny? Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from under floor.
Want an education on why he flashed.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Listen, Goomba is precious. You leave him out of this coochie.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Why? Is there a reason why he keeps flashing everybody?
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that. That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
That one would have happened without the other route. So wait, that one would have happened without the other route. So, like, are you saying that would have happened either way? Is that what you're saying?
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
Wait, is he talking about the glowing paint in Muffin Man's murder? With the glowing paint helping him fall? So either way, he would have done it.
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit!
Oh, Monokuma, and your quirky references. I know, right? You and your Easter eggs. So you silly. Just that last one when he was talking about his robot stuff.
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however.
Is it just like now when he gets upset, he's just gonna flash everybody? Because it seems like whenever he gets upset, he just flashes now.
Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
Well, she was killed at 11 a.m. approximately, from what it said.
When? So not during seance?
Tanko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
No, there's no way.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
This is a point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood, I will not say a word until the seance is over.
Yes. She was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
She was
The floorboard was removed
Everyone
at that
was
point.
dead.
So it's likely she was already dead then.
That is true. Why move the floorboard? Especially if she was on it, it would be hard to move the floorboard, correct? Unless she went to move the floorboard... Unless she killed herself? Did Tenko technically kill Angie and then she killed herself? That'd be interesting. That'd take a lot of
She was killed
lot
when
of
the
strength,
room was
though.
dark?
But she was inside Cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
And she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
A different time?
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
I thought you said you were... Oh, listen here, madam. Madam.
Huh? Since Galta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your lipstick brains!
Ma'am, you're not helping. I was like, yeah. He's got thanks, Mew. You haven't missed much, Diane. It's like, thanks, Mew, for contributing to the class. Mark Stone, Iron Cage, White Sheep, Dog Statues,
When
6
Tango got killed,
She's not proposing an alternate theory,
wasn't
she's
during the
proposing the idea of an
seance.
alternate theory.
It could not have been done at any other time.
Exactly, the idea.
She was under the cage the whole time.
I believe, I
She
trust
was
that.
dead when the cage was lifted.
Well, hello, Monk, how are you? How's your day? How's your
What
weekend
about
going?
moment Cage was
Love
lifted?
Meepy is great. I love Meep. Meep is precious.
like that.
Oh, I don't
When
like
Cage
that.
lifted, culprit stabbed Tanko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
Don't like that.
So who lifted the cage?
It was me.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
I don't think so.
There's no...
They keep going after Himiku a lot. Tenko not being killed during the seance. That might not be impossible, but there's no evidence for it.
When Tenko got killed,
I want to listen to them again.
it wasn't during the seance.
I know Mew's not helping at all.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time.
Oh
she
no,
was dead when
actually,
the cage was lifted.
hold on.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
When Cage was lifted.
Like
Iron
that.
Cage.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tanko
White
real
sheet.
fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh, I have to contradict, I think, Goomba. Sickle on the floor.
So who lifted the cage?
Because there was blood on the sheet, which means that she was killed under the cage. So I think I have to counter Goomba. Yeah, it's just like, she was just deep in thought, just, I know, just like, well, he's probably trying to focus. So this is probably very distracting to him. You gotta let it all out. Mew should have died instead of Tenko. I think at some point Mew will be killed. I don't think she'll kill it, but I think she will be killed. I don't think she'll kill, I think she'll become the victim. So I think I have to counter Goomba
When Tenko got
with the white sheet. Because technically she was killed under, he said that she couldn't be,
She was under the cage.
what do you call it?
Was lifted.
Oh, crap. Yep.
That's wrong.
Because she was killed the moment the cage was lifted, there would be no blood on the sheet. That's what I'm saying. Because the sheet would have been removed and then there would be no blood.
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted.
Be countered. I try to do be countered. Sometimes they're very hard.
Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it.
I just panic too much, Rocky. As long as I hit it, that's fine.
that cloth was removed before the cage was lifted.
Oh, panic, bad. Well, because again, like, I freak out because I think I'm gonna miss it because, you know, you only get a certain time frame. So, and especially since there was a lot of, like, silence, a lot of, like, what do you call it? The static. That I had to get out of the way. I just panicked and was like, just shoot it. Just shoot it.
If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
Exactly.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
Are we really, Mew? Really? Really?
No. It's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
Really? I got your remodel right.
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is
Really?
gonna go all out!
Really, Mew? You're gonna fight me? You wanna fight Mew? I still don't know who it is. I still can't pin. Let me just... Tenko's last moments, marker stone, loose floorboard, iron
Tenko
cage.
died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the
She's
fuck out
still
of
thinking
Tenko
it
through
was
the
after.
cage.
She's still thinking it was when the cage was lifted.
Gaps and that clean white sheet got stained blood red.
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
No, it wouldn't. The blade's not long
Sitting
enough.
in there with her neck all exposed.
She wasn't sitting. Hold on, wait. Oh,
She wasn't that far from the cage's
I
gaps.
think it's marker stone. I think it's the
In
marker
which
stone.
case, the person who lifted the sheet is the culprit, and that's none other than Kyo.
Now she's going after Cork. Mew was not even there. I was gonna say Mew wasn't even there. I don't know why she's like fighting me on this. I feel like if Mew actually investigated, she would have a lot. I was gonna say she's not very helpful right now. Wait, Stuffy is a cult. No, I'm not a cult. We're trying to take down a cult. That's gonna be a whole Mew's logic. I think it has to be the stone because she said that Tenko was sitting and Tenko wasn't sitting. She had her head on the stone.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed.
There we go. Got it.
I'll cut through your words.
I want to be in cult. I don't think you want to be in this cult. There's a lot of murder in this cult.
Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside.
No, she was like in kneeling or like turtle stance. Or for Kuchi accused him and Mew accused him twice. Well, that's the thing. They keep accusing Quark and they keep accusing Himiko way too much. Yay, blood sacrifices blood for the blood god.
She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the cage itself was about 3 feet tall.
See, the blade wouldn't fit because it was only 6 inches.
The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen?
Mew,
I'm
just
so
shh.
embarrassed.
Just like Goomba, just shh, shh. The adults are talking. Just like shh.
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Yeah, no worries.
Goomba! Goomba, what did I say? Shh. Shh. Shh.
How embarrassing!
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
Exactly.
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, for a living person.
Are we really bringing up that a ghost killed Tenko?
Huh?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
Get out of here! You're as bad as Mew at some point.
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Casper, was it you?
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Oh god, and Himiku's falling for it.
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible! Spirits can't be culprits!
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible
Well,
circumstances.
welcome back, Giant.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have
wait!
done that!
I know! What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
Kato, you're precious, and I understand you're under a lot of stress. But what? I don't know. Could it be Kato? Could Kato have done it? Because again, he could be using the whole, like, I'm scared of ghosts as an act.
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I agree
noticed.
with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
What? Oh, they could have opened up the floorboards and snuck in and then killed Tenko and then skittled back in. You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Well, it's 6 feet by 3 feet? Yeah, there's enough room for 2 people. Kato is a giga-brain. We cannot even understand him. He's so stupid, he's brilliant.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
The they she's referring to... Wait, what's the question? Who could have killed Tenko from inside the cage? Tenko, where are you? Tenko.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
So Tenko killed Angie and then Tenko killed herself, so then is there gonna be no Blackened? Unless we're gonna, I swear to God, if Monokuma takes a corpse and punishes it, I'm gonna be very upset. he's so special, he's normal.
What did you say? Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
Yes.
She committed suicide.
Just a little rag doll of Tenko being like splattered all around. It's like, Monokuma, really, is this necessary? She's already dead.
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out.
Hence why we heard all the sad music. Trust me, I wouldn't put it past Monokuma. It's like, if we say that Tenko's the Blackened, he's like, well, time to punish Tenko. Just literally, Tenko like this.
She volunteered to be in the cage and then stabbed herself during the seance.
That's why we heard the sad music when Tenko was talking.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
That's true. Why was the sickle not inside the cage?
Oh my god. You actually said something smart.
I mean, he has a point.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed.
So right when she died, she threw it under? Like, because again, like they said that, like, technically she bled out really slow, so she would have enough time to, like, throw the sickle underneath before she actually died. See, you makes good points when she knows what she's exactly... Oh my god. Am I wrong?
After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
It even makes sense to Goomba.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, because she doesn't know why Tenko would kill herself. Imagine if he just takes Tenko's corpse and says, rest in peace, more like rest without peace.
There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier.
Rest in pieces, catch.
You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
Hey, Angie, when did you brainwash Miku?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity.
Impossible. You would have been dead by getting a stab in the neck. No, it depends. Truthfully, it really depends. Like if you just, because again, it really depends on where you stab and how deep you stab.
Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
Because it was like the perfect moment. No one would see it.
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Exactly. If Tenko killed Angie, then I give her props for that. Angie was starting to get on my nerves a little bit.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right?
To hide who the Blackened was.
It's to take us down with her.
Wait, so then everybody... No, but she wouldn't want... No, that doesn't make sense. Because she wouldn't want Himiko to get killed. She cared too much about Himiko.
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial.
Tenko said she had a low pain tolerance, right? Yeah, because she was like a Aikido master. She had like trained.
So she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her. Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
But what are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that.
I agree with Himiko. Tenko's not like that. If she did not die instantly, she should have been paralyzed by the shock and pain. That's true, because wasn't it Cork? I think Cork said it, or Maki said it, that like from where she was hit, yeah, she probably didn't die instantly, but like you're in so much pain and shock that you can't move.
She told me.
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
What if all of that was just a lie?
A lie?
Wait! We should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Because something could be a lie, Coochie!
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other?
Oh, he's bringing their friendship into question, Coochie. What if you're exactly?
People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer.
I don't know, just because she's an assassin, I don't think she's a cold-blooded killer. I don't think she just kills to kill. Yeah, I didn't think about that, huh? Paralyzed in the dark while your friends sing all around you, that is utterly horrifying. Exactly. We seriously need to get this Blackened out, yes.
Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets.
Exactly.
What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
He's talking about like the difference between a white lie and a regular lie. Like white lie is like, does this look good? And you say, yeah, it looks good because you don't want to be mean. And then there's like, you know, lying just to be a dick kind of thing.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself.
Power, self-confidence.
It's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them.
But really, I think it was Pimples.
That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
I don't just think, I know.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree.
Wait, Kato skipped on training that one night. Kato? It's true, it must be Pebbles. Wow, how could you, Pebbles? Yeah, like you can tell that there's a little bit of a relationship between Kato and Maki because Kato's been giving her nicknames.
No one's
It's very
called
cute.
me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Good job, Himiko.
Me too. Gonta, no one can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
Could she be like, people have secrets? Like, yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, so everyone has secrets. I mean, yes, Maki's secret about being an assassin is a pretty big one, but still.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
A proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki?
Yeah, Maki, you got my back.
If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective
Ooh,
work.
that's a big risk you're taking those shoes. I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Okay, Okay, everyone, I'll see you guys after the seance. She said she'd see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that, and if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe. Monokuma filed the cage child Tenko's last moments. Are you gonna take against his last moments?
Seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
I don't think that's true.
So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person!
But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle. And then stabbed herself with it!
I mean, that's technically true.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Why did this whole scene change when Corp spoke? Everyone thinks that Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching onto the easiest answer. Regardless, I need to make them think their suicide theory wouldn't work. Kato has moved me. I choose to believe Tenko did not die afraid, but with faith that Miku and everyone would find the truth.
So far, suicide seems to be the
So
best
you're thinking that she committed suicide? Lose her hole in the
Her
corner.
plan was to take us down with her.
Wait, which one is the Monokuma file?
So she...
Not that. Become an ultimate artist. That's not helpful. Why would this help? I don't think that would help.
Intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person!
Tenko's last moments?
But if Tenko did commit suicide,
Maybe.
it would explain how she died.
I think it's the last statement. Oh, not suicide. I think she was. Oh, you think she was killed. Okay.
Finally, with the last of us.
No, I'm just gonna shoot it. Oh.
Oh no!
Oh no.
She died during
I
the
think I have to
seance.
lie again.
She could have secretly brought the sickle.
I don't agree with that.
And then stabbed herself with it!
Loose floorboard, hole in the corner.
Finally, with the last of her strength.
There we go. We'll just do
I'll
it.
reveal the truth.
Well, hello, Mike. How are you? How's your Sunday? How's your weekend going? I'm doing good. You know, solving murders. You know, trying to
Tenko
keep
couldn't
people
have
from
thrown
dying.
the sickle under the floor.
Tenko could have thrown a sickle under the floor. Exactly. I was just saying, her last 9 moments, she could have.
Because she died instantly.
Well, I don't know about that.
Instantly.
Maki, just shh. Don't. Maki, just shh. We accidentally killed people. Listen, I just sneeze and things happen. Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out.
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
Maki, don't say
What's your
anything.
opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in
Maki,
murder.
That's what every girl says.
Maki.
Maki? Maki, listen.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail. Tenko died instantly.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
But now she makes herself look guilty. Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
She covered my lies.
Excuse me?
Uh-oh.
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit.
Oh, you know what? I bet it was the stupid hole in the floor again. Because I gotta think, like, the sickle, because she died in the center of the room and the sickle was, like, all the way in the corner. Like, how would she throw it that far from where she was? Especially if she was dying.
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No! There must have been a way! We're gonna figure it out!
You sure? We're taking a long time figuring
Did
it
any
out.
of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance?
The sound during the middle of their lovely song, their lovely lullaby.
If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something. I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. Their lovely concert. Oh yes, it was brilliant. The loose floor, the sound during the seance.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed.
Really, we're back to the seance
ritual
failing?
was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
There we go. I was like, that. Look at how happy she is. So precious. I love seeing Himiko smile. She doesn't smile very often. Himiko, you need to smile more.
You think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
Oh god, please don't hear the song again. Also, no one noticed that sound. No, no, yeah, no, I was just to say, I think Himiko, I think everybody noticed it, but they're like, oh, it's just, you know, it's something fell. Because, I mean, the room does look pretty old, so something could easily fall. But it is funny that they continued singing and they didn't even go to check what happened. I just, like, you hear that clanking noise and you don't do anything.
Heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard.
Oh, it's just the wind. Oh, it's fine. It's the creaking of the floorboards.
What could have fallen down?
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but...
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Did somebody drop the statue? A loud sound like something hit the floorboards? Maybe that sound had something to do with the other thing that happened in the dark. The what? The what other thing happened in the... Oh, I'm so confused. What is the question? What caused the sound that was heard in this during the seance? Oh my god. Oh, I'm so confused. The cage child, the keyboard's flashlight function, sound during the seance, magic circle, white sheet, dog statue? Dog statue. Dog statue. No, oh, that wrong. Shoes did it. Yeah, Shoes heard it. I was gonna say maybe like if the dog statue moved, like fell down, but then we would notice it. Oh, I'm so confused. The floorboard? Marker stone? Tenko's last moments? Loose hole in the corner. Hole in the corner? Hole in the corner. It was Tenko's forehead? Crosspiece under the floor. Oh, crosspiece under the floorboard? No. Oh, I know what it was. It's Coochie. When Coochie fell, right? Because Coochie said he tripped and fell. Coochie, where are you? Is Coochie staying here? Coochie, where are you? Bloody Coochie. No? Oh my god! I swear to god!
I was wrong!
I was wrong. That was right. Sickle, dried blood under the floor, cross piece under the floor. I already tried that. Hole in the corner, dried blood, sickle under the floor. Angie had locked herself in. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's lockpicking. Karakan, no. Hung upside down? I think they were still hung upside down, right? Or did an effigy fall? Forehead injury, duct tape, no. Gold katana, no. 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 Sound during seance, I don't know. This magic circle, no. White sheet, no. Dog statue, no. Iron cage, no. Mark stone. Could it be the stone? Tenko's last moments, loose floorboard? Did I try this already?
This is it!
Oh. Why would it be the floorboard?
I think the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound.
The floorboard and then falling though. The floorboard wouldn't make that much noise, really. Sorry, I didn't see what you said, Rocky, until I was so focused and like looking. That doesn't make sense though. I don't think it would make that much noise.
That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
I don't like that answer.
The floorboard had made such a loud sound.
Exactly! I don't think it'd make that much noise.
But
was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That is true. There would have had to be a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be? I still think it's cork. You still think it's cork?
All right then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
I don't like how Kato's suddenly becoming very active in the case when he was quiet before. We shall try stepping on a floorboard that then Still, it's like interesting. I don't think it'd make that much noise. Sound didn't say magic circle, cork drew, cross piece under the floor.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Oh.
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
No.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Exactly, that wouldn't make that much noise.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
I don't agree with that either.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
And it took like 4 people to move it too.
Under floor. Then stood up with such might.
Oh. Never mind. The culprit hit their head on the top floorboard, they would be dead! I'm sorry, I thought I was right.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Stick onto the floor, drive blood under the floor.
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance.
Let me get to where they were. I should have probably let them finish. What?
That statue was
Stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
I don't think that's true.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
You hardly have any experience with balls. See that, Mew?
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and balls are the best of friends?
Well, that's not useful at all. What would have made a strong enough impact to knock the floorboard loose? You think about everything said, we combine it with the facts.
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Magic circle, no. Sound during seance, no.
There must have been considerable force.
Are we talking about the
Someone
dried
who
blood?
participated in the seance. Maybe that person tore off the floorboard.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Coochie. You hardly have any experience with
over. But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with such might.
No. Cover their head on the top. What? That's why there's blood. What is this about? One of the cross pieces that support the loose board in the room the seance was held. The person who supports the board was cut off. It was broken naturally. It looks like someone had cut it.
Found that there must have been considerable
I feel like it has to do with the
Someone
cross
who
piece.
participated in the seance. That person tore off the floorboard.
I don't think it's that.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
The wooden statue fell over.
That's not true.
But
Culprit hide under floor. Then
stood up with such might.
Feel
we
like
already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
there we go.
I agree.
There we go. Jesus. Oh my God, Coochie was actually useful.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
Dude, that was so much fun. Well, but I could see it though. Like, say for instance, somebody went to go stand up and kill like Tenko, and they didn't realize she was on the actual board that they were trying to like move, and went to go stand up, and then were like, oh crap, she's actually on top of this. And how could she say something?
the floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation, one of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off. After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
Confusion on that stuff. Canned Coochie. Oh my goodness.
Someone? You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
What do they stand to gain? That's the question. To solve this case, I'll need to think carefully about the crosspiece and floorboard. Oh. The Did somebody put the knife on the inside, or like put the sickle on the inside of the cage? So then when we stepped on it, or when we stepped on the floorboard, it would cause her to go into the knife and then smack it. But then wouldn't we have noticed the sickle on the inside of the cage? So who's the murderer? Tell me, Shoes. Tenko's body was on one end and Luke's board was on the other. Yeah, I was saying that. The seesaw. You were talking about the seesaw thing. I didn't think about it like that. But again, that would mean it had to be somebody in the seance who did it. Because again, that's the only people who had been able to step on it. It was you. I'm sorry. I did my best. And the crosspiece that had been cut was on the other side of the floorboard. The unsupported part was outside the cage, so it could have been stomped on. Only one of the crosspieces was cut, the other two were intact. But again, Quark told us not to step on the circle. I'm gonna take a guess at where the board is, or where the loose part of the board is in the circle part where he didn't want us to step. It was me. I was the rock of the floor. Pebbles, how could you? Cough, cough. Quark, cough. One of them was right under Tenko, and the other was in the center, right about where the edge of the cage was. What was the culprit attempting to achieve by stopping on the floorboard? Think, come on, think. Oh my god, no! Hangman's Gambit, why? Oh no. I think it is Seesaw. I need an A. There's no A here. Are you an A? Oh. Hangman's Gambit. Oh, I missed every A. Oh, I messed up. But how did they get rid of the sickles? That's what I'm wondering, how they got rid of the sickle. It's fine, I wanted to reset. I wanted my health back. I mean, it's not that bad compared to the improved. I actually kind of like that better. At least I didn't have to worry about, like, not being able to see the letters.
Yeah.
Alright, let me just reset this, it's fine. Nobody saw anything. Need an S. I think this was an E? I need another E? Seesaw. What? Seesaw. Seesaw. Listen, I'm trying things. I was gonna say maybe effect? Oh, apparently. Good job, big brain pebbles. Oh, I wasn't counting enough letters. I'm like, but it seems like it's less letters. Where's a T? T. I know effect had more letters than that for some reason. I just couldn't brain. Again, words are hard for me, so this is like the worst part.
That's right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
You did it. Whee!
A seesaw?
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off.
Seesaw itself is a big meme. Is it really?
The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage.
Seesaw sickle.
Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece, the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever. A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
Her whole body lifted up?
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, all right. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that, unless they used the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
Oh, but then they'd have to lift up the sheet, kill her, and then put the sheet down. Cause there was no hole in the sheet, so they didn't stab through the sheet. So they must have lifted up the sheet to stab her and then put it back down. This sounds scary. I'd be so terrified all of a sudden I'm just being lifted up the ground, but she might have been really focused.
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick, the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
The floorboard seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the white fabric. What conclusion can I draw from this? There's only one place a sickle could have been that is consistent with the evidence. Where was the sickle when the Tenko was killed? Next to the cage, underneath the floorboard, the top of the cage.
That's it! The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with
Yeah,
the
give
blade
it.
facing down.
She probably thought there was Angie's soul going into her. I mean, just lifting up, just being possessed.
The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage.
But at the same time, wouldn't we have wouldn't Coochie and what do you call it? Wouldn't Coochie and Shoes have seen it when they placed the cage on top of her?
Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
It's so weird. How would he have not
Once
noticed it?
everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw, Tenko's body would have shot upward and hit the blade.
Unless Coochie placed it without us noticing it. It must have been hidden really well. That's true, but you think it'd be really obvious. You think it'd be really obvious. Really, unless Tenko put it there and then somebody helped kill her. Please, the room looks pretty. I mean, that's true. It was pretty dim. That's true. It was pretty dim.
She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in a crouched position.
Well, they can't imagine what that felt like. You imagine? Oh my god. Being stabbed in the throat. Like, poor Pebbles.
But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
Bringing the victim to the sickle rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
But would a floorboard really make that much noise?
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Maybe it's more the sound of her hitting the top of the cage is probably what we heard. I've prepared a special punishment for you. Oh, you think that destroyed her voice box so she couldn't speak? True, probably why we didn't hear anything.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
She acts like this happens all the time. Yeah, this happens at the playground all the time. Jimmy used to seesaw homicide me all the time.
Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
Seesaw homicide? Oh, yeah.
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know? They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box.
I mean, a lot of the murders are outside the box because they gotta make it so then they don't get accused, because the only way the Blackened lives is if the other people accuse somebody else, so they have to make it, like, harder to guess.
Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
He still thinks Himiko?
Yeah?
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
Is he saying that because she ran into the circle? But that wouldn't make sense, because again, I don't think she's big enough. No, I don't think she's strong enough to pound. She's tiny. Yeah, good old seesaw homicide. Wait, what the fuck is this scene exactly?
Why her?
Why do they keep going after Himiko so bad?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not?
Oh, he's
Himiko?
still going off because she chose the room. She can do the ground pound like Mario. Damn, Himiko, I didn't know you Hulk Himiko smash! Just pounding the ground. Just like the second trial, blaming it on the magic show. Now this, they tend to go after Himiko a lot. Oh man, I don't think it's Himiko though. She would have killed Tenko. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? Oh, the middle room. The middle room's always the best for stuff like this. I mean, Quark asked for this room. I mean, that's true.
Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance.
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo. You even had instructions for it in your
I
lab.
bet if they picked a different room, he would but say the middle room. I mean, yeah, because Quark said, because again, you could technically get into the side room from the middle room because that wall is broken. So technically, 2 out of the 3 rooms are technically conjoined. It was the 3rd room that like you can't get into because the wall's in the way, in the crawl space.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead
Why
of
did they
time.
make her look like a void demon?
Then she waited for me to host the seance and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it. Then, she killed Tenko. All according
She
to...
looks like a little shadow. She does look like a shadow demon.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
I don't think she did it.
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Wait! We don't know that, right?
Leave Himiko alone. Exactly. Leave precious girl alone. She's just shy. And she won't stand up for herself because I think she's so quiet. The gremlin witch.
He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko.
Yeah, I don't...
Right?
Maybe she might kill Angie, but I don't think she'd kill Tenko. Would have cork trapped both of the rooms. I mean, that's true. He could have set up both rooms to be ready. Because again, remember, Kuchi did fall and say he tripped because of the floorboards, and that's why his head was all bloody.
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
Is she believing the lie?
Himiko?
Himiko, are you okay?
What's wrong, Himiko?
Yeah, so now I think it's Cord. Yeah, I think she started to think that she accidentally killed, like maybe when she went to go put the statue on, or when she put the tarp on, or whatever, or when they put the, like when she accidentally, maybe she misstepped and she thinks that she might have accidentally killed Tenko. It is true that using the middle room was Himiko's idea. Oh, that or the blame of choosing the middle room is falling on her because she feels guilty for choosing the middle room. But does that mean that Himiko really killed Tenko? Would something like that really happen? Something so cruel. Is it intermission time? Some of you took so long, I managed to shower and do my... Did you really? I didn't take that long. Oh my goodness gracious. It didn't take that long. Holy beans. I've already saved.